If you want to do some networking in the Russian language, you can do it after the event. But during the event, we are going to speak in English in order to train our pitches and then to pitch them at Silicon Valley or somewhere far from here. But yeah, Poland is fine as well, for sure. I mean, but I think that everyone strives to go to Silicon Valley, and we're supporting startups in doing this. Hi, my name is Veronica, and I'm the co-founder of UHub. This is the community of Belarusian startups based in Poland. And you can find us, if you haven't joined UHub yet, by entering the name UHub Buy on Telegram, or by scanning this small QR code. Still, your phones are quite fine, so you can zoom in and scan the QR code. And I will tell a bit about UHub for those who don't know, and just to repeat for those who know. We started 2 years ago. It was I've made a small customer development among the IT specialists that have moved to Poland for different reasons. And I did it via Poland Business Harbor chat and talked to different startups. And there was one guy who is sitting here, he pushed me to create this community. Sergey, hi. This was the first message that has been posted on this Telegram community. And this is how we've started in May 2021. And I have a clicker, I forgot. This is the first offline meeting. As you see, there were not so many people as today, but still they were very motivated and happy to meet each other, as it was also the time right after the COVID restrictions have been eliminated, so we were happy to meet each other in Poland, in Warsaw. And right now there are around 1,500 members in the Telegram community. And so what we are doing? You may be interested. We are holding offline events like this one, and there are different types of them. The biggest ones are meetups. There are around 100 people coming to the event, and we're listening to cool speakers and learning lots of useful information, and for sure networking. The next one is going to be about artificial intelligence and if it's going to substitute people in general. Today we're holding beach days, and this is the event like this. You will see how it's going on. And workshops. It's also been here, and it's about one speaker who is telling about different topics they're experts in, and we're also making some exercises during this event, and finishing the event happy and full of new information. And we also have a closed Startup Founders Club. In short, it's like UFC, almost like UFC, you probably know about. And for those who are pitching today, probably it's a good place to come together and know each other. And we're also holding this kind of meetings once per month. And it's usually about mastermind or some forum groups. So you can come to me, and I will provide you access to the closed Founders Club if you're interested in. And online products, maybe you don't know, but we have them. Apart from the Telegram community chat, the biggest one, UHub Buy, we also have UJobs, where you can post your vacancies, and also you can post your CV, and then the representatives of the startups can hire you, probably. And we're promoting it via different social media, so probably it's time to post your CV there. And you have news, it's more about telling about the events, but still we are trying to post some useful information for startups in Poland there as well. And here we are, only me today. So we are the co-founders of UHub, and we have different background. And one thing that joins us and unites us is that we enjoy creating this community, and we've been doing together it for almost 2 years. And As we're telling, the U-Hub crew is not only like me and my colleagues, but it's you, because you're coming to the events, you're creating the atmosphere, you're pitching, you're asking lots of questions, and without you, it won't be possible to have this community, so thank you very much. And our partners are Big Sarah and USAID, and so they helped us to grow the community much faster and bigger, and they're supporting us financially, and not on financial, but they also help us to develop in the right direction. And yeah, we have social media, as all the communities have, so you can also find us on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And Instagram is more about useful content, so you can find the lists of coworkings or YouTube channels about startups, so please scan it if you're interested. And so, okay, this is our slogan, so fasten your seatbelts because it's gonna be hot today, and the startups are gonna pitch, and we will support them, and we'll ask them a lot of questions. So we hope that you will feel like you're all on roller coasters, but on the good ones where you're always happy to be on them. So yeah, fasten your seatbelts and join the U-Hub community if you haven't done it yet. And today we have a pretty cool moderator, not pretty cool, but cool, Sergey Keller. So he's the founder, he's the partner of the fund BADIdeas fund, and the founder of GOSU team, but he will tell more about it himself. So yeah, let's meet Sergey, as he's gonna be the judge, like in terms of time.
Hi everyone, super happy to see the crowd, super loving startups, and hopefully we can make this world a better place. Okay, a little bit about myself. As Violeta mentioned, I'm a founder of a GOSU team, and I'm an investment committee member at BADIdeas fund. This is why I'm telling you about BADIdeas. But in the past, I've been working in a lot of startups and mature companies like Pandadoc, Apollo.io, and Wargaming in the roles of software engineering and product analytics and growth product management. So, a little bit about BADIdeas. BADIdeas were builders by day and angels by night. And we have a members network of 150 plus members across Europe and US. And this is really helpful founder-led and operator-led community. We're helping the startups that we invest in with our advice, with our expertise, and we're really willing to give back to community to help the economies thrive. So our thesis it revolves around Central and Eastern Europe, and we're focusing on pre-seed and seed stage startups. We're mostly industry agnostic, but we prefer B2B SaaS products and marketplaces, as we have the better expertise at these niches. So yeah, okay, the storyline. How do we evaluate startups? First is the team. And when we generally look at the team, we are willing to understand how coachable are the founders, and if the founders have the right market fit, meaning that there is an industry insight or the founder worked at this particular startup or company and he or she found a problem there. They must have a strategic thinking, meaning that there is a lot of uncertainty and you have to be prepared for any storm that comes in, whether it's an economic downturn or you're just going to be outplayed by the competition. You have to be committed. There is a sweat equity term in the startup community. If you're not committed, then why should I invest in your business? And we also want to understand who are these people, what's their background, probably even ask a little bit of personal family questions, because it's important to understand values. The next big thing is the market. We want to understand generally if the problem fits into current market and how founders understand the competition. And in general, there is a lot of competition recently, especially in SaaS. So we're willing to understand if the founder understands it well. But there's also a thing which is called momentum, and this is probably most related to trading activities, but any time, any year, there's a hype cycle, and whether you're at the beginning hype cycle or past that, when the storm come in and come out, you have to be there and you have to understand how to survive that. But most importantly, we're willing to understand where is the expected revenue going to be by year 5. Ideally, we're aiming at startups who are capable of achieving 100 million in 5 years, but to be honest, that's quite a fantastic number. So anywhere from 10 million to 100 million is a great number. The product. So I think prior to this year, 2 years ago, you could actually raise money with like idea, with a promise. But now things change and you have to make a product. You have to have traction, and most importantly, you have to have users and customers, which is then validated by revenue. So these are the things that we're looking at really closely now, even though 50% of our weight at investment is dedicated to team, but we're also looking at these numbers right now because currently things have changed and business is also important. But most importantly, we want to understand how founders understand the perspective of defensibility of their product, of their business, because currently there's a lot of liquidity sitting aside, waiting to invest in promising startups and businesses. So we have to think about how defensible are you in the long run. And last but not least is distribution. I should say, I think, even if you have a startup or you have a tested idea, you have to have also understanding how your acquisition funnels work, and you have to understand what's the cost of revenue that you're going to be paying for the potential customer, or how do you incorporate your growth loops into the product so that you could have a self-service product that is capable of converting people from your channels. But if you're focusing mostly on B2B, you have to understand what's your sales funnel looking like and how to make this opportunity closed. So we're really looking at this sales funnel really closely because most of the startups that we invested in are B2B, and there is a sales process set up. So you have to understand where the customers are coming from, how do you understand their pain points, how do you convert them down the funnel, and most importantly, what is your advantage over competition in terms of channels? Because to be honest, everybody is using paid channels or sales channels, but how do you want to be on top of that? It's most about the thinking process rather than actual understanding, because everything here that I just said is has a chance of randomness, and it depends a lot on who you're having your startup with, what is the team, what's the experience, and so on. But yeah, that's it. It was just a short pitch how we decide to invest. But remember, maybe it's just good business. It's not necessarily need to be a venture history. So who knows? What's your choice? Thank you.
And today is the first time I'm pitching Lina offline. So I'm a little bit anxious. So I did some couple of exercises to let go my anxiety and feel more or less stable today. And the same as with the anxiety, these are emotions. And when they get trapped in our bodies or we get them suppressed, they tend to take over our personality and affect our physical health. This leads us to the problems of traditional therapy, which leads to a bigger problem of not being able to express emotions, leads to anxiety, depression, and physical health issues. So we've created Lina, an application which uses art therapy as a tool which helps to express feelings and emotions by making creative activities. Mostly designed for women, Lina offers 3 powerful tools. First is art therapy activities, where they will developed by a certified art therapist, where we ask you to draw a very, very simple image, reflect on it with our questions, and get insights and recommendations from our system. Second tool is associative cards, which are widely used in psychotherapy and as a creative problem-solving tool. Here, you can answer almost any question which might concern you and get an answer with the help of an associative card and a power of your subconscious mind and your imagination. The third tool is imagery meditations, created by women psychologists, where you're able to get rid of anxiety and negative emotions, as well as manifest your desirable reality with the use of imagery meditations. We see a huge opportunity in Lina as the total available market for mental health mobile applications is estimated by $5.2 billion. And our target audience is estimated with 52.2 million women. I would say that, there is a big competitive here on this market. We are not the only one, but what makes us unique is we are a kind of niche, we are a kind of innovation on this market because we are the only ones who offers mobile art therapy. We've launched our beta in this April, and we're testing it for 3 weeks. We've gained some frugal but promising traction, and we stopped all the marketing activities to learn our lessons from the analytics and make some major improvements. So, for the happy coincidence, yesterday, we've released the new version of Lina with even greater design, with built-in subscription and engaging onboarding, upgraded art activities, and imagery meditations. As for the business model, we offer freemium with an annual subscription. And as for an acquisition strategy, we're going to use the best practice of our advisory board and use a mix of paid and organic activities, as well as use some brand extension and create an offline products which are going to sell Lina itself. So in order to finalize the product, run a decent marketing campaign and reach 10K MRR, we are looking for $100K investment. And this is our fabulous team who did all this amazing job and our supportive advisory board. And taking an opportunity to be here, I want to announce that we are looking for a marketing person. So in Lina, we believe that more people will be able to release their feelings and emotions by making art and actualize the natural human ability to be creative and free. Thank you.
Right on time, right on time. We had 10 minutes of technical delay. Thank you so much. Now the questions from our jury. 10 minutes. Przepraszam. Wanna go?
I'll be taking the role of founder, asking other founders questions today. And the first one is, why do you think your team is the team to pull this off? Because most of us know that mental health mobile market is pretty competitive.
Yes.
And now it's not in a good spot in terms of like opportunities and everything. Can you expand a bit on why you, like, what's so special about you, or why should you pull this off if not the other teams?
So we have an art therapist in our team, not the only one, a psychologist who are creating these all great art activities, which are really cool, and I would love you to try all of them. So, and also we have, I would say, fabulous design, which makes us stand out, and so also our team has a background. For example, our designer we're working in Flow and Sola, so I think we have a I would say, experience. Thank you. Experience here, yeah.
Okay, and the second question is about traction. Can you go back to the slide with the initial launch?
Yep.
Yeah, so you've mentioned you've attracted 400 users.
True.
Where are those users from, and what have you used to attract them? You mentioned the CPA of roughly 10 $50. So what was the channel? And in terms of the retention, you mentioned 20% retention. So what is this retention? Is it 30-day retention? Is it 1 month retention?
Yeah. Okay. So we attract our users from Facebook and TikTok campaigns. We also ran some just organic TikTok videos who helped us
What geo is that? Is it the US or?
Yeah, it was US, true. So yeah, and with the help of these channels, we've attracted the users, and the retention rate is it was built in based on this 3 weeks usage we were testing on.
And your app is still free for now, or is it already?
I would say there is decent amount of users from Poland, actually, probably because ASO, or I don't know why, but yeah, also some users from Poland.
But is your app free now? Are those users just using the free version, or are they upgrading to the premium one?
They were using the first version, which was free.
You don't have the premium version?
Not yet.
It's in the works.
Yeah, yesterday we just released the version with subscription. So.
Got it. Thanks.
Hi.
Nice product.
Thanks.
Just some probably questions about this. You said about retention. I know it's kind of very early to talk about, but just I'm pretty sure you are very deep in this art therapy. You understand the content and so on. So how you plan to save your users and make them pay you more than once a year? Probably because it's like 52 million. We need more, and I'm thinking about investors who wanna get their money back. And the second one about the market. Yes, as I guess that it is the red ocean. And have you thought about any other markets like LATAM or any other just geographically? Have you tested probably?
Okay. So the first question is how we're gonna save the users. Yeah, we're gonna use a bit later a gamification, and so notifications, gamifications, and the track progress with the points. So the user gonna be more engaged in the process. Also, it's gonna be more art activities and more personalization. So the user would understand that this product is for them. And as for the other markets, could you please repeat?
Yeah, you've mentioned the US market, yes,
Yeah.
it's your target market, so it's huge competition there.
Yeah.
So how you will compete, and probably have you thought about choosing another market?
Yes. So actually, trends showing us that art therapy is also very popular in Australia. For sure, we are looking for US because it's more prepared. So we're also looking at Australia, UK, Canada, and surprisingly to developed Asia regions, because also the trends show us that in these regions, people are using art therapy as well.
Just if you let me just a quick advice here.
Yeah.
Probably it will be helpful for people who are looking at your presentation to understand, let's say I'm in depression or I need some support. First of all, depression is mostly health tech support, not what we call well-being. So it's probably, we should be careful about therapy work here because you are in the US market and you need to get approval. But okay, I'm done here.
Okay, I will keep it in mind. Thanks.
Maybe one more. Why? When I see another one with such a crowded market, my first reaction is, wow, just embrace the Disneyland is over. Children go back to the school. Why now? What's your why now?
Yeah. So as I've mentioned, we are the only ones on the mobile market who offers art therapy, and this niche, I would say, is not as heated. So we see that the trend is going higher in this niche. So we are hoping.
I'm actually curious. You mentioned like you are the only one. Do you think it's a good thing or do you think it's a bad thing? And like, why are you the only one?
I know it's not a good thing to be the only one on the market, but
why do you think you're the only one? Like, why are there no other apps like that?
For example, there is Lina, who also say that they offer art therapy, but it is the other art therapy. And there are art therapists who are providing the services. And there are some applications on Android, but not on iOS. So there is some competition. But I would say no one is close to us in terms of quality of this service in mobile.
So, okay, I'll take one as well, or maybe two.
Yeah.
So, first of all, like, very generic level, so how do you know how big this market is? You threw some numbers, but those were, I guess, numbers for therapy in general, or those were numbers for art therapy?
I want to show you.
Mental health.
Yeah, and art therapy market is estimated by 1.2.
And this is like peer-to-peer sessions, or like the offline sessions?
All the market of art therapy, offline and some online, which is available.
If this is true, it's puzzling why there isn't an app, because there's one, a number for regular therapies. That would be interesting. So the second one, more low level, like, how did you build this product? How did you test it? Like, what do you know about the customers? Could you give us some process of how the building of a product, testing, getting feedback was like?
Okay, so yeah, the first version beta, they were building analytics, and as I said, we analyzed it and we saw the usage of the practices, how the users are moving on, what they end, what they doesn't end, what makes them stack in the process. So as well as analytics. As also we have in-app built a questionnaire where we ask the users to give us the feedback on what they like, what they don't like, what they would like to add, and there were pretty much answers from them. So they helped us to understand what they would love to see in the app, what they don't like. So what should we eliminate?
Do you have any comparison on how your app is performing compared to other apps similar like this one? Performing as in churn, as in NPS?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay. Well, it's super early, so it's not like a big...
Yeah.
But usually, I guess, like at this stage, I guess, I would need to believe that this market is big enough. It might be big enough, or maybe it's growing. And second, that you can actually quickly iterate, build, and test, and see the traction growing. And consumer is pretty quick to see whether it's a good or not, or a bad app. We invest a lot in gaming, for example, games. So it's if a game is bad in the first release in mobile, usually it doesn't. So in apps, it's like you see that pretty often as well. So that would be something to getting done, I think.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah, just a final comment. Not a question though, not a question. I just wanted to say that presentation overall, like your skills, the design, the app, everything is great. But what I personally lacked a little bit is the focus of exactly, if you're mentioning art therapy, like what is the magic? And that's something that I personally missed because again, red ocean, no competitors. So then the questions are like, okay, what is this magic that will make you break through, right? As did the Headspace back in the days. But with the Headspace, the team was incredible. Like the guy who was the founder of Headspace was like mind blowing.
Yeah.
Because of his experience. And so that's my final comment is like find something that makes people like, wow.
Yeah,
this is
actually, we were discussing this with you. It was this artificial intelligence image analyzing model, which will give the user his psychological profile based on his drawing. Actually, we are working on this now, but it takes time. So hopefully, it's going to be our magic.
Cool.
Videos and social media posts and banners for ads, social media posts, and for example, for your stories, just you type your prompts or add a website link and you get ready-made ads and creatives.
So basically, I guess most of you have ever tried to make some ads in Facebook or maybe in Google or make some Instagram stories, and you know that it takes time and money to make it. You either go to the designer and pay the money, and it takes like 2 or 3 days, or you make it yourself, but you need a design skill or a special software. We make it online and automatic. Our target audience are marketing managers, performance marketing managers, digital ads managers, social media guys, designers, small business owners, and marketing agencies. In general, everyone who posts content online and who runs ads online. We estimate the market at around 16 billion per year with an average growth of around 9% per year. This is the design automation market and the marketing automation market size. As for the competition, of course, we have competition. Oh, it's a little bit broken, okay. We have competition. So we have, as for the direct competition, I can underline 4 companies who claim to do the same as us. But luckily for us, the result of their generations are quite not quite attractive. And they don't really utilize AI. They just put images with a low quality templates. And as for indirect competition, we have Adobe, like Firefly, Photoshop, we have Canva, a beautiful tool, and manual editing platforms. But again, luckily for us, indirect competition, all of them are manual platforms. They don't go into automatic generation. Our 3 main competitive advantages are, number 1, 100% automated generation. You just type whatever you want, you get it. Or add a link to website. Our results are brand consistent and are done in all major resizes for stories, for TikToks, everything. Quality designs and videos. We try our best to be the best in the market in terms of design quality, not to make bad designs like I shown you before. Our engine. What are we utilizing to make our designs? On our MVP stage, we are utilizing ChatGPT for text, Midjourney, and Photostocks for the images. But the secret sauce is our simple but yet effective algorithm that allows to match them together perfectly. As a next step, we're gonna add automatic 1111 for better generation of images. We do have some metrics. So our MVP will be live on the 1st of July soon, but we're already running some ads and we have very promising results. So we have $4 cost per registrations from Google Ads search from Tier 1 countries like United States, Australia, Canada. And crazy conversion rate on the landing page. It's tested from Google Ads, social media, and posting, for example, in UHub Telegram. We got 25 registrations, by the way. Marketing and go-to-market. We expect our acquisition cost to be $50, LTV to be $200. This is based on assumption from the competitor analysis and our running testing ads. We commit to invest $10,000 per month in Google and Facebook ads per month, starting from 24th of July. PR outreach and content marketing. We are 100% self-funded, at least for now, until we reach solid and strong unit economics and great retention to secure the good unit economics of the project. As for the team, we have 2 founders, both of us with 9 to 10 years in marketing. Personally, me, I developed top 10 financial app in Indonesia, and my partner is a CEO and owner of a media buying agency with over 1 million revenue last year. So we are strong in marketing, in designs, and our backend Igor developer, he has great experience in AI tools and providing, designing and creating the engines of AI services. Today, we are looking for product validation and product growth mentoring. So basically today, my main goal is to get feedback from you guys. And we might consider talking about the investments starting from 24th of July, when we will get some data on real user acquisition costs and real retention and unit economics. Thank you a lot, and I will be happy to answer all the questions you've got.
Good presentation, really clean. Everything's understood, so amazing. Interesting, I've been looking at this market for the last 2 weeks, so like exactly this market.
You know how to ask me the hard questions, yeah?
I guess, I mean, there is like those 4 is just a pile of an iceberg. There is hundreds of apps that just recently got it because is the simplest, one of the simplest kind of ideas of how to connect ChatGPT and obviously and Midjourney and obviously ads is where the money is. So I'm not a big believer that this, like what you showed, is going to make you a lot of money. But I think there will be a winner in this category. There will be a Canva, whatever, that kind of combines a few pieces together and allows everyone to be a marketer, or at least everyone to be the marketers to be faster, stuff like that. Do you know a company called Digital First AI?
Digital First AI? To be honest, no.
It's a Polish company. They did it in December. They are at 100K MRR already. So they grew pretty nicely and pretty quickly. And they kind of combined this plus a few other things. So my question to you is there is no differentiation right now. So where do you think the differentiation can be? How do you think this market, what do you guys want to achieve as well? Do you just want to get a lot of money right now on this trend? Or do you think this can be a sustainable long-term business? If it is, where's the vision? I saw all the details, all the current product, which is great, but I lack this kind of bigger vision, which is something the VCs would be looking for if you ever go to VCs.
Okay, this is a good question. So basically, I believe we can be one or two companies who will achieve the big results and be successful not in the short term, win cash today, but be bigger later. Why? Number one reason, because of the team. So personally, me and my co-founder are quite strong in marketing and digital marketing. In the designs, we've been running ads for the last 9 years. So we know the problem of the market and what they need. This is number one. Number two is the designs itself, because the other competitors I've seen so far, but you're right, I didn't see all of them. But the ones I've seen so far, to be honest, the generation results are poor. I'm 100% sure we will deliver the top results in terms of design quality, in terms of branding colors, matching elements. This is reason number two. And reason number three, we have the deeper vision, which I didn't share here, for the future product development. It's not only generating matching pictures from Midjourney to text from ChatGPT. It's going down deeper to building our own diffusion model. It's we're not touching this now, because it's too deep tech for us now. We need to validate first. So the next step is building our own diffusion model and learning on the data set of creatives that will allow us to generate even more different variations. And number four, we can become kind of a AI Canva, all designs without doing anything manually. Canva is great, they're amazing, but so far, everything is manual. But they can also go into AI stuff, and we're going to compete with it. The question will be, why are we going to be better than Canva? Canva is already good? The answer is that we believe that we will be mastering our templates, our generating algorithm to be the best in terms of simple automatic generation. No algorithm will never generate anything better than the professional designer will make. But we don't need to make it. We need to to take 95% of the creative jobs, video designing jobs, and also important thing that our algorithm supports video. For example, Canva is not so strong with video. Same Firefly, Adobe, it's not so strong with video. And the dozens of competitors, they either don't go into video or they make it very bad. Our video will be live on 21st of July, our videos feature, and I'm committed to make it very good.
Okay, thanks for the presentation. First of all, I'd be curious to actually see the demo. Some of the videos that you've showed, I'm a bit skeptical that they're as easy to create. And overall, and again, don't get me wrong, I perceived your presentation as a little bit arrogant in a way, because you've said so many good things about your startup and trashed all the other competitors, and that might be okay. That might be great for you because you'll kick the competition and be the first. But if there are not enough claims to kind of prove it, you become suspicious. I became a little bit suspicious. For example,
you like for me, one of the flags, like maybe the yellow flag or the orange flag, is when a startup lists everyone as their target audience. And for me, that's a little bit suspicious, because how can you outcompete Canva if you're just a startup? Like if you haven't said who is your beachhead market, like who is the one persona that you're targeting at the start, and like, okay, is it like ads for mobile apps? Is it social media graphics? Is it something else? Like all of those things, how can you serve them if you're just a startup? How can you outcompete Canva with this? And so, yeah, maybe you can like pinpoint like who is the number one persona you're targeting, and that kind of I don't know, makes me a bit more sure that this can work. But for now, I'm a bit suspicious that you're just making so many bold claims, and the problem is so obvious, right? It's all good, but yeah, like your claims, they're a bit doubtful to me.
To be honest, I agree. I was pushing my team to make demo live by today, but it will be live by 1st of July. So I will be happy to show you maybe later, maybe send a link, right? But to specify the question, who is our main target audience are marketing managers, performance marketing managers, and SMM guys, those who post content and who post ads with their own hands.
Can you mention specific type of content that you're targeting? Like SMM for, I don't know, like Instagram and creatives for mobile apps, those are different things. Like those are really different.
So basically, it's first of all e-commerce, small and micro business, finance. I'm pretty sure that at first we will be weak with gamings and mobile apps. This is true. So because especially mobile games, the creatives for mobile games are too professional, too complicated, and almost not possible to generate, at least so far how I believe. So answering your question is like e-commerce, small business, finance, services, but not mobile games and all the type of mobile apps later.
Okay. I would say for me, that is still quite big. But,
okay.
You know better.
Okay.
And then my second question, not the question, but maybe the comment. To me, the team slide was quite weak. And don't get me wrong, your experience might be great, but to me, you didn't communicate it well. Why? Because when you say that you have like 9 or 10 years experience, but you don't list any specifics or like proofs, like what was the company you were working with?
So actually,
you didn't mention the name of the agency.
It's Underdog.click. This is a media buying agency. So actually, we are co-owners with that guy. So this is our agency, basically. So we've been building digital products for personally me for the last 9 years. One of my biggest achievements are together with Yaroslav, we co-founded Underdog.click, which is a media buying agency, which is first of all profitable. Second, it's like has some kind of a scale. It's not that big, but still. It's operating. We have launched several digital products, and for example, right now we're releasing 2 mobile apps. So I'm not covering them now because it's absolutely different product. And for all, like I've been working on a financial app in Indonesia, which when I was working on it, it was top 10 on the market.
Yeah, but then again, why not mention what is this app?
To be honest, this is my first like pitch in my life, so I even didn't know that I need to pay attention to the team slides. I did it. I actually was not going to make it. I did it just because in the references, this slide was included.
Got it. Yeah, my personal comment, this is like one of the most important slides, at least for investors at pre-seed. So I would suggest like if you have great experience, like add social proof here. Like what is the company you worked on? Like what clients you worked on? Like whatever that helps people understand that you're like a really cool guy and not just like, bragging about your experience or something like this.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that.
So, good job. Yeah. So that's all I can say. Okay. So just some advice here. Your work as the founder on fundraising. It starts for the fundraising yesterday, not on July 24 when you got first metrics. So it's totally okay to form a certain request right now and give it to future investors. Hey guys, we are totally la 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 good, but okay, we will need 100K because what do you do now? You buy time because you have big competitors next to you. Okay, and it will be good to have a QR code right directly to your product in the very end of your presentation.
Like a link.
Yeah, just for the audience to go.
Okay.
So this is your audience. People work there, so just
Okay,
collect.
thank you a lot. So, okay, yeah, thank you.
Okay, just a general question. Let's assume Canva would not outcompete you and hundreds of companies similar to yours. When and way would Canva like to acquire you?
Oh, why should
which
Canva acquire us?
And when?
Because I believe we can make it pretty fast comparing to the big companies. At least, maybe I'm wrong, but this is what I believe. This is reason number one. And let me think, reason number two. I think everything will be like on the product. If the product will be as good as I claim, like you underlined, if it will be as good as I claim, I believe that some companies might be interested in acquiring it. But if the product will be not as good as I claim, there will be no good profits, no acquisition, so the business will be dead. So 99% success of this product is the quality of the designs and the creatives we create. So that's up to what happens until the 24th of July.
Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Dmytro. I am CEO of Sprooce. Sprooce is a platform like Uber for property managers. Did you know 460 million euro are lost globally due to empty apartments and houses? I have been in property management for over 10 years. I'm owner of multiple properties in different countries, including United States. And I always struggling to find a solution which helps to manage my properties. I was living in Warsaw, Poland for 4 years. An apartment close to mine is empty for 4 years. When I recently spoke with an owner, he mentioned, I am not living anymore in Poland. I don't have a trusted partner. So owner just lose money because they didn't have a trusted partner. 59% of landlords are not happy with agency. Of course, recently one of my tenants moved out, and for 2 weeks, agency cannot send a person to do an inspection. I'm losing money, as many landlords do. That's why I decided to create a platform which makes property management more easy and efficient. So Sprooce is a cloud-based platform which connects property managers, landlords, and tenants. Sprooce cares about everything. We deploy tasks based on close proximity to the property managers. We utilize gig economy, and we bring on-demand labor. We have first-level tasks for anybody can sign up and do this task like showing, inspection, and we partner with service companies with deep-level tasks like plumbing, electricity, or heating issues. Rental market is the largest market. People will always need somewhere to live. Of course, you can stay at work during the day or do night clubbing, but how long can you survive in such mode? Why a lot of companies provide such services, but none of them provide end-to-end solution like we do. Nowadays, landlords need to log into 5 different platforms to do their tasks. Exist cases when agencies make extra profits and don't share with owners. We were the first platform to provide a full transaction transparency utilizing the distributed ledger on blockchain. Our business model is subscription-based on number of properties and services provided. We partner through a marketplace with our service companies, which provide repair and modernization, and we have a referral program with insurance companies. Our tiers are listed here, and we plan to target not only B2C, but a B2B, as property development agency companies can onboard to our platform and utilize it as white label solution to manage their entire portfolio. Our marketing strategy depends on the country which we're going to start. For example, in the United Kingdom, we connect with land and lease registry, which provide information about the lease start and date and the owner of the lease. United States tax property database is open. You can go to the county of on each of states are divided by county, so you can go to the county website and searching by address, you can find the current owner and the address. If they don't match, basically this is our client. Our roadmap consists of key milestones. We participated in Accelerator in London. We plan to launch in London first. We have built an MVP, and we're going to expand to our cities, United Kingdom, and to other countries as we continue to grow. I'm software technology professional with 20 years experience. I worked for Google and Amazon, built hundreds of products, MBA holder. I'm ready to build a product for myself and society with the help of amazing advisors. I'm looking and interviewing for potential CEO for my company right now. We're looking for 290,000 to scale our operation and expand our services. And during my pitch, 50,000 rental deals were made globally. You don't want to miss such an opportunity. Let's make this journey together. Thank you.
Раз.
It's a quick feedback, maybe. It was great that you showed your the fact that you own those apartments, so you understand the problem. It was a bit too late. You mentioned Google and Amazon. That always helps. So you should actually do it earlier. You probably should skip blockchain because that's right now, it didn't show why this is needed. So when I hear blockchain now in this solution, early stage, pre-seed, it feels like, oh my God, you spent too much money working on something that's going to be just very complicated, and you haven't really explained why this is needed. It didn't seem like a crucial part of your solution. So that just seemed like you have some advisor who wants to do blockchain and he pushed this to you. That's my quick feedback. And as for the product, I'm not quite sure yet what it is. Is it a marketplace like Airbnb but different for some reason? Or is it just a SaaS tool for those owners with kind of more like Uber? The Uber for this is not a good pitch. I was super confused. I was like, Uber for how Uber? Why Uber? It didn't. Mm-hmm. If it doesn't quickly, oh yeah, of course, then it's not a good comparison. So wasn't quite sure. You spoke a lot about the problem, which I think is kind of. Everyone understands the problem. Maybe spend less time on that and more on why your solution is really important, why other solutions are not. So I would be maybe asking those questions there is so many rental platforms. Okay. Why yours?
The first question about why blockchain. So after I added this as unique selling proposition because I spoke with many landlords, especially from countries from the south, like Portugal, Spain, Greece, Italy. One of the biggest problems when we cooperate with agency, which my target platform is actually segment, agency tell to you, we list your property for 1 year rental contract. And at the same time, they put on short-term rental platforms like Airbnb and make extra profits and then share with you. So our platform is unique. We store all transactions transparently on distributed ledger on blockchain. So as owner, you can always ensure that your property was rented at proper price and you have a lease start and a date. So, the things which on blockchain is immutable and you can erase such data and your property cannot be rented without your notice about it. Yeah, that's why it's why we utilize blockchain here. The second question about the.
Sorry, can I just ask a clarification? You actually made me more confused.
Okay.
So I thought you are helping them to manage properties and like find tenants and whatever. But now, since you've mentioned that you're like using blockchain to store the data so that it's more transparent, it means that you're outsourcing this to someone else, and that's why you need blockchain. So yeah, just
we don't not outsource. So our platform is our software service. Yeah, you can as landlord you can onboard your property. And we provide the listing. As tenant, you can browse our platform, find like a property, and set up, for example, showings. And based on it, on your property and location on property managers, which signed on our platform, we will assign and deploy tasks to this particular person, and we will come and do showings for particular tenant. And our advantage that you as landlord, you want to ensure that agency will not screw, yeah? Will not put your property, not make extra profits on our platforms without actually telling you about it. Our platform, as soon we signed the contract for DocuSign, this automatically triggers storing the information on blockchain in distributed ledger. Yeah. Does it make sense?
It doesn't to me. I mean, I don't know how it would prevent them to just listing this on Airbnb anyway. Like the Airbnb doesn't use your blockchain, right? So,
but
I don't think we need to go too deep into that.
Landlords, they go to agency and agencies screw them. If landlords work with us, we will not screw them because we have a proof that we don't release your property without your notice. Agency will not provide such proof to you. We will provide such proof to you. What's the difference?
Still don't get it, but yeah.
Okay.
So it's both a SaaS, a marketplace, and
so yeah, this is SaaS and our targets. Yeah, it's a good question about Airbnb. Our target is our long-term market, which is 70% of global market. Yeah, and we did a good things about the short-term rental market, but nobody disrupted the long-term market, which is serviced by traditional real estate agency, and they operate old school way, utilizing no technology, no proper workforce management setup, no communications tools. And I deal with many of them during my 10 years experience. And it's not one company. It's different countries, different companies, but problems are the same. Yeah.
I don't want to take the whole stage.
Did I address all your questions? Did I address all your questions?
I think so, yeah.
Just one small thing from my side. And by the way, I largely agree with Boris's takes here. I think, first of all, the presentation, especially the start, was really great. And I really loved your take on personal experience. I think this is super important. And if I
it's
could,
my pain, not the only
I would
experience.
actually make more startups tell about their teams at the start, because I think it really sets the stage, right?
Yeah.
I would actually I'm still confused about blockchain, but I would personally be really interested about the traction from the numbers point of view. Like if you could mention, I don't know, any wait list from potential tenants or any signed LOIs, whatever agreements, promises, whatever it is with the landlords as well. I think this would also boost the credibility, so that it's not only you, but you have a list of 200 landlords who are ready to use you, and that in itself gives a good enough kind of understanding that this is something worth. So I would, if I were you, I would focus a bit more on that if you have anything, because you didn't really mention anything in terms of traction.
Yeah, good question. So we recently launched it, and one of my advisors is portfolio owners with hundreds of properties in the United Kingdom. So we started beta testing with his portfolio right now, and looking basically to convert to real clients.
Okay. How much? 3 seconds. Okay, so we are okay.
Nice job.
Yeah. So, okay, just probably just for 1,000%, they contact the problem, you work with it. So it's probably the way of bringing it to the audience, confusing way. So just simplify it and probably just to drift the problem you're working with to the illegal illegal renting without the owner, and probably the price, and compare your product only with, let's say, Airbnb. So they work with this today like this, but we will work with this like this, and probably without us, that would be like this. And probably what I was thinking about this is the price. So you have a subscription model. So if I'm a landlord, so I need to pay to you, I need to pay to somebody, I need to pay at this, that. Why do I need to pay you? Or probably it is cheaper for me to be with you than with Airbnb, or just to address this as the addition, because it's, at the end of the day, it's always about the money.
Right. Yeah. So I have competition slide which listed with Airbnb. If you rent it through them, you know that they don't provide maintenance issue. In case something happens, you stay. You need to call the landlord, and landlord need to sort the things. Yeah, and don't put a tick mark. So we don't provide such function, such feature we provide. And another things. Second question, I forgot. About the pricing, good things. So traditional real estate agency, their major problem, they're on office, they have office manager, general managers, actually guy who do the work. So we, as platform, we remove all these third parties, and we are much less price competitive.
You compare yourself to the agencies and the competitor, but if you compare yourself to the Airbnb, you need to show the Airbnb and you here, but not the agency. The agency could be your client in this regard. So if you cannot beat, you need to.
Okay, understood. Thanks.
There is no question, just a small comment. Trying to get what you're talking about, what your product do. I provide my chain of thoughts. Firstly, there was a trusted partner, whatever it means. Okay, then I catch one-stop shop. Then it became for me like a auto solution with verification of something. There I'm a little bit confused, and eventually I get that you are a SaaS providing some service. So my comment is, there are investors, they are looking for great opportunities. Make it simple, easy to understand what you're talking about. Just as simple as possible.
Yeah.
And thank you so much.
Okay, thanks.
Hi guys, my name is Mikalai. I am CEO of MarketOwl.ai marketing department for micro and small businesses. Yes, thank you. There is a massive problem in the market. Most micro and small businesses face the same triad of key challenges: no budget, no time, and no marketing expertise to promote themselves, their business by themselves. And let me give you a bright example. Here's John. John is a real person, but with the fake picture here. And he's one of the 27.1 millions of micro businesses in the US. And he makes a 3D visualization of furniture for manufacturers. And he needs marketing, but he's ready to pay only $50 per month for some help. And he have no time to study marketing from scratch. Marketing agencies and most of freelancers are not interested in his budget, but we are, because we can give him the strategy, the content, only marketing channel he needs to grow his business. Our solution is AI content generation plus publication by subscription. It's a SaaS part. And the marketplace of human marketing specialists who can check generated content instead of business. It's, if we remember, they usually have no time for it. It's a one-stop shop solution where in just a few minutes, business owner can generate marketing strategy for free and then spend 30 minutes to 2 hours per week to approve generated content. And or ask marketing specialist to do it for him. It's okay, next slide. AI? Huh? Okay. Every business can get designed for his needs AI marketing department, including AI marketing, a key feature, which with a range of cost from $10 to $500 per month, depending on complexity of task. But why John should choose MarketOwl? Unlike other AI tools, LLMs, or marketing agency, our product doesn't require AI or marketing expertise from business owner. All content is relevant to target audience, and we offer human review of content. And time commitment and price are lower than our competitors require. So as a result, with micro budget, business can get level of marketing of small businesses. And with small budget, they can get level of marketing of medium businesses. Because it's with this solution, we can reduce cost of production content like up to 25 times. And here is our roadmap. MVP will consist of free marketing strategy creation, a Twitter manager, and marketing associate. It's our calendar of publications. And then we will add some features like other social media managers, email marketers, SEO marketers, marketplace, and other key features which look challenging today, but will be everything is all of it are need for omnichannel marketing for every business. And some investments we need for pre-seed and seed stage, pre-seed for develop and early sales, but seed investments just to scale up marketing. To gain some number of UK users, we know all of them. And our team, I'm responsible for marketing. Vasily Shpakovsky has 30 years of IT management and software development, and Nick Rubak 5 years in UX UI design, and also Webflow expert. So we're a little bit confident that in our ability to make MarketOwl success and to transform marketing landscape of micro and small businesses across the world. That's it. By the QR code, you can get to our website and become our beta tester soon. I believe in a few weeks.
Thank you guys. I love your passion, but let's diversify a little bit.
Thank you, Mikalai. I don't have a lot of questions because I've met Mikalai a few days ago by intro from my wife. It was strange.
I thought it was a secret, Sasha.
So just one question. Why did you combine this SaaS model with additional marketplace, something like this? I haven't seen it before.
Okay, it's neat just because all regulation in Europe and the US comes to a point where all AI-generated content should be signed as like AI-generated, or we can trick this out to check by humans and deliver this content as human content. Is it okay? It's just regulation restrictions which will be next month for sure.
Okay. Hi. Just few, not questions, but probably just advice. First of all, can you make less letters and words on the slides and use 20 to 80 usual rule for slides? Because for us, it's kind of not easy to follow you You are talking about good things, but we are trying to read something, and you lost us after John photo. That's it. And just this. And competitors table, it was really not, if I'm not mistaken, not right. It was not right. So you need the features and compare it to your competitors, what you have, what you don't. But I'm pretty sure you have it, but you cannot sell it in a proper way to your audience. Okay?
Maybe, okay, I will ask you
and just
for explanation later, okay?
Okay, and the last thing, I always recommend not to put team on the last slide. It could be request, it could be like this, but team is very important. So just not to make like 2 seconds intro, but not to make it just for the investors that in their heads or in our heads. Okay, we are great, 3 great guys, a professional team, and we need this request, this amount for this goal, like something like this. So when you're out of the room, in our heads, so we should remember the name of the project, how much money do you need, and just remember that you are great. Just that's enough for us to get back to you and say, hey guys, we need a deep dive call and let's talk about your product. Okay, but first of all, make it easy for investors and people who are not in marketing, not in your topic, just to understand, just to less words.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Okay.
And I actually agree with the words. Unfortunately, there was just so much stuff that I personally got a little bit lost. So my question is, like, what is the single feature that you have in your product that you are promoting? Because I personally didn't get it. Like, I got that you are creating some kind of AI marketing for SMBs, but like if you can only mention one thing, what it is that you provide them.
One thing, it's AI department. It covers all stuff you need to promote your business. It's not only one feature to make some banners or some content. It's all about to reach your potential audience through different channels, through different marketing assets, but with one goal, because through marketing strategy, your target audience descriptions, different segments, their parameters, characteristics, and you just reach them different ways, but you just want to sell them something. Okay, so it's not, it couldn't be like detailed.
And do you have any, you mentioned that you're launching in a couple of weeks, do you have any traction?
We start from, no traction.
That you can show right now. It cannot be related to product.
No,
it can be
not
like
yet.
Wait list, again, anything that supports that people need, what you're building.
You were talking about MVP. About MVP, we'll just start with the Twitter content generation and publication, because it's one of the main channels to promote the most of businesses, and it's easier. It's between easy to do and easy to promote.
So your first product would be some kind of AI Twitter graphics?
No, it's Twitter content.
Like posts, posts,
tweets,
which is generated photos and generated text.
Yeah, it will be scheduled without you, because we know the best time to schedule based on your target audience description. So we don't need to involve you to these steps like a business owner, because you have no time. So we will do it behind you, like smooth to you.
Yeah, my advice would be helpful to see it like on the slide, like in big letters, because I personally didn't get it. And pitching, we'll do the AI department for SMBs. Like, to me, this is like too broad. It's like, you can spend all the time in the world doing this.
Thank you.
It's just unclear. And then one other thing I wanted to mention. I think it would be cool to hear some kind of magic about what you're doing, or some kind of differentiation. I personally, again, didn't really get it. Now you mentioned that you're, trying to automate Twitter content creation, but then again, like, I saw a lot of apps doing the same thing. So I would personally get curious, like, what is your magic? Like, what is special about you guys? And I personally didn't get it, so maybe it makes sense to focus a bit more on that.
Actually, there is no app what can do the same thing, but imagine that you just register in this web app, put your short product description with all of USPs you know, and place where you're selling. Then you will get basic marketing strategy generation with target audience description, short and long, marketing channels, and proposed messages to that audience. And then we switch to other screen, and there you will see a list of tweets, and you just approve it, like approve, not decline, reject. And then approved tweets go to the calendar without you. You just go to do your business for a month, and you can come back in a month. It's okay, because everything will be scheduled and published without you.
Okay, thank you.
That was actually a better pitch than the one that you showed on because now I understood what who your customer, like early customer is, and I think generally it felt like a project with no focus, which is a really bad thing. Usually, I haven't seen many startups start from having a tool that does a lot of different things. Most even some of the unicorns still do one thing very well. There's this Polish unicorn called Doc Planner, and they still only do doctor booking. They don't do anything else. They have thousands of people selling to doctors globally and getting them to put doctors on the website so that people can book them, and that's it. They have a one business model. It's been growing for 10 years. They were tempted to do different things, but so this thing works really well, and they've been pushing this thing. And you're already starting, I know it's kind of one thing, but on different channels, but you need to, I think, sell it properly. If you sold it, we started Twitter, Elon Musk is doing blah, 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 so we're gonna ruin him with Twitter bots. It would be at least interesting, as a starter. And then you see how, who would be actually using this tool, because you haven't said that either. You need to have really good understanding of who's the user. It's not every Twitter user, right? It's most of the Twitter users that are successful, they would never use bots. Because bots basically are for those those long tail of shitty users, but they still want to pay for it, I guess, because they want to pretend they have a Twitter strategy, and those are your users. I think that this is so. It's fine. It could be a great business, but you need to really well tell us who's the user, that kind of stuff.
Okay, maybe we will
just
start with
focus
that,
on the product. Maybe there is a focus, because then we mentioned MVP is actually focused, so that's great. It's good to have a vision. Do I need to finish? I know. Sorry. 4 seconds. Can you show the competition slide again? Because I think this is something everyone needs to understand. Never ever do this again. But everyone, not just you. You're a scapegoat. Everyone did the same thing. This is not useful at all to anyone, because everyone's gonna have a slide with all the yeses and all the other competitors with all the no's. And the truth is, it's the exact opposite. It's the exact opposite. All the competitors have a lot more features than you. They have better traction than you, better teams right now, and you don't have anything. And you're showing the exact opposite. You need to really appreciate your competitors, because then I feel, okay, this guy has done his research. He knows that this competitor is really good at that thing, and the other guy is really good at that thing. But there is this niche in the market that no one's really doing that other thing, and we're gonna be the best in that other thing. So that's the only reason to have this competitor matrix. Better to actually have the access, because then you kind of see where more or less where it goes. But it's more important to just appreciate what your competitors do and what niche you're gonna be at. No one's gonna believe you're gonna be better than Jasper, right? For the next 5 years or so. But you can say, oh, Jasper doesn't do that one thing, and we do that, and maybe we grow from that thing.
It's all about approach, not maybe even competitor analysis, because it's comparison of approaches. Because if you use Jasper, you need to know what you prompt, what you get as a result, and then take content and publish something somewhere.
I wouldn't go features. I would go markets and consumers. Who is it for? Right? Like features are more generically, not like because no one's gonna buy it because this has one more feature.
Features. If you you have no time to see.
No, sorry, I don't want to bother.
It's my bad. It's not yours.
It's not yours. It's everyone's. So it's like don't.
It's yours, but it's not mine.
Like everyone had the same ones. I was like, we need to make this clear that this is not what investors are looking for.
Thank you. Applause, please. And remember, you're great, but don't try to bullshit the investors. They're smart. They are sharks. Yeah. The next, Eppie.
So we all know how centralized email services they own user account and data. And the question is, how do you think? How many email addresses belong to their users? None. None of 4 billion existing email addresses. Frankly speaking, your email is not yours, but not in Eppie. Eppie is the first serverless email with decentralized accounts. Addresses belong to their users, and you can communicate with conventional emails, and it cannot be blocked. Our ideal customer is a crypto wallet owner because they already have financial independence and they want to expand it. And actually, they're 80% of our subscription list. And there are 420 million users of crypto wallets in the world. And Eppie helps crypto wallet owners to be independent of legacy centralized email services by expanding their decentralized experience. Well, Eppie is something you already know. So you simply create your decentralized account by accepting a seed phrase like in a crypto wallet and send and receive emails like in conventional email. Later you can connect existing email accounts and use your crypto wallet address. Sorry. So we believe that Eppie is the most secure and modern-looking email on the market. And Eppie is the only email where users own their accounts and data. The global market is huge. And Eppie aims to capture 10% of this crypto wallet owner segment in 3 years. So how we going to do this? Our business model is freemium with the paid subscription for additional space in decentralized storage. We have a team. No, sorry. We have MVP, which is we're preparing Windows app release, and our user acquisition strategy is based on organic growth. And to achieve these milestones, we will focus on the 3 channels, on working with Web3 community, with promoting our apps, promoting Eppie among our users of our released apps and among Proton users. By the way, Eppie is going to be the first desktop client to fully support Proton Mail among 100 million users. And we have a team of 10 professionals on the project. We've been working together for 12 years. Our released apps have more than 20 million downloads, and we have expertise in the field. Personally, I have an experience of designing privacy-first cryptocurrency from scratch with smart contracts and many other technically advanced things. And we're looking for smart money. It's 500K to complete product development and reach first 100K users and monthly revenue 55K in 12 months. And join Eppie, the first independent email. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Let's continue our diversification.
Yeah. Why? Okay. what I'm just, this is not my topic actually, but what I just would love to notice some questions mostly. So this is not clear for me as a person who is not deep in this. What is it in-house algorithm or any security something you've developed in-house and that's why you are special? Okay, I'm sorry if it's a silly question here, but okay, and would love to get more achievements you have so far. So if we're talking about your product today, that would help a lot.
Okay.
Where are you now? And just the third one. You're talking about financial security, of your users.
No, about financial security independence.
Okay, so just what I've heard, like, is a person who is far from this topic. So it would help me more if I got the message, not like independent email, but we worried about with our email, your financial security, like where your wallet is under lock or something. It just notice here.
So according to the first question, this is a combined solution. So we try to bring some ideas from world of crypto wallets to the world of communication via traditional email. Like generating your address like in crypto wallets from seed phrase, which is belong only to you, and until you keep it in secret, nobody can block you. It's technically difficult. But in this and we combine it in the mail product. So you can use it to generate all your private keys using this seed phrase, and use it to communicate over traditional protocols. But we have a decentralized messaging system under the same app, which is partially our own invention, and partially we're using solution of existing networks, which allows to do these things, because technically peer-to-peer messaging they depends of the amount of nodes in the network. So basically Eppie is a node, so at the start it's not it's better when we use existing networks. So we integrate several networks into our apps, and we have plans to develop our own protocol. And concerning our achievements, so yes, we've been working about 12 years, and we released about 6.
I was not talking about the team.
Oh, yeah.
You are big professionals here. Just to understand where the product is. Just what is going on with the product. So we got this and this ready, and we're going over here, and for this we need this money. That's like this, mostly.
As I said, we already have MVP, and we're preparing to its release. And public beta is going to be on our plans in the third or fourth quarter of this year.
Is someone using your MVP? That was the question.
Yes, actually, we use it inside our team at the moment on daily basis. Especially our CEO is using it, uses it. But public beta is not opened yet.
Why not?
Because there are some unfinished tasks. For example, UX and UI. Basically, it looks like a regular email client at the moment. And one of our goals is to make it beautiful and modern looking. And as I mentioned on the slide, we're compared with our competitors, because now we have not many, but several products which brought idea of email to the new level of user experience, like Skiff and Skiff, Hey, Superhuman, and others. So they're basically a traditional centralized solution. Some of them try to play with ideas from Web3 world, like seed phrase again, but they use it not from our opinion in the correct way. Yes, so this part is not done. Is not completed at the moment. So it's look ugly. It's a technical demo.
If you're not afraid, if you're not if you don't like your product and still not launching, maybe you're doing it wrong, because you need to get feedback from users. So you might consider targeting a small niche and giving them this ugly product, and maybe they'll still use it. Just a thought.
It makes sense.
And you'd have a good reply to questions like that.
Well, we'll discuss this thing because
yeah. But just want to say, great presentation.
Actually, our designer, she doesn't started to make to make all the UX to make us beautiful things, because she doesn't want to blue her eyes. And but now we investigate all our competitors and try to grab all the features, because one of the idea we faced at the moment that all this crypto stuff like seed phrase, which many of people are not familiar with, they're not very suitable, and the better UX we will have, the simpler we will make it, then the better will be actually.
To be honest, I think, at least in my opinion, you're contradicting yourself a little bit, and I'll explain why. So again, I just want to say presentation is great. I love the simplicity, so that was good. It was clear to me, right from the start, that you're targeting crypto guys. I have Ledger account. I have other accounts. So I know this topic. Maybe not too deep, but I do have crypto. And so for me, that's clear that, okay, those are your audiences. But now you're talking that, you are trying to make a beautiful and simple email.
I understand.
But who is the target audience? If it's crypto guys, they don't care about the seed phrase.
They're still crypto guys, yes.
You
noticed
it's not a problem.
Sense. Yeah,
it's okay for them to use the seed phrase, because I know what the seed phrase is. I know how to take care of it. It's not a big deal.
It's more probably our wish to make it simple from the beginning, I think.
Yeah.
But the one scenario is to make a bridge with the Web 2 world, because one of the user story which we got during the interview we make with our waiting list, that a user wants to communicate using Eppie with their family. They're familiar with it.
So, I think we have very little time. So if I may, just final comment, and maybe one last for Boris as well. And that I think belongs to everyone. You're telling about your team and your experience, but why no social proof? Why is everyone so shy to state specific names and specific?
Actually, we had some notices before, but. in my case, I developed a cryptocurrency which is technically very improved, but it's not very popular at the moment. So I can put its name here, but it doesn't tell you anything. Probably
You should still do this. And if you mention 20 million downloads, you should absolutely mention what kind of downloads that there are. Because if you're just mentioning 20 million downloads and you have no proof, people would think you're
I noticed
bullshitting.
Actually, I knew that you will answer me this question according to the previous.
Because that applies to everyone.
I understand.
Why is everyone so shy? Do the social proof. Sell yourselves like the Americans do sell themselves. It's
maybe
good.
because we're shy at this moment, but we have to be more rugged.
Thank you.
Designing your cryptocurrency is actually pretty freaking impressive task. So even if it sucks, if it's not used, that's still okay, it needs a lot of knowledge, and it actually proves that you can build stuff. It doesn't have to be successful, but at least now I'm okay, this guy can build a decentralized email. I'm not quite sure how it's going to work.
Actually, we have, according to the improvement, we have a very, at least successful torrent client for Windows, which we developed. So I have experience in peer-to-peer programming. And
mention that as well. Yeah. It's all validating you as a person that creates stuff.
Apps with encryption, user choice of Windows Store, also in the category of utilities. So
I think we need to move on. So just one more, one thing about this almost 500 million owners of crypto wallets, I think you mentioned.
Yeah.
That's not a great number, because those are not crypto freaks. Those are not your users. Those are not the people who are privacy freaks. Your users are privacy freaks. The guys who go on.
Okay,
all of
I mentioned about
stuff,
100 million Proton users, and
that's a better number.
we communicate with the Proton team with the NDN, and we're doing the integration at the moment.
Perfect. So
and this is the way how we want to pull these people from centralized world to decentralized.
And I think this needs explanation. That's the only thing that needs explanation. What's the actual benefits of a decentralized email? Why would they really? And who's the I don't want you to explain now because we have to run. But this, I think for the next pitch, we need to understand why those privacy freaks want to have a decentralized email. Because I understand how blockchain works. I understand how decentralization works. I'm an engineer. I'm still Proton already feels like when I see a Proton email from someone, I'm that's a shady guy. That's my first. Okay, that's my first thing. Are they trying to hide something? But so this is even next level. Privacy oriented, and sometimes they're so I think you need to explain why people want to do it. Do they want to sell drugs online?
If I say you that Proton users ask us, in our waiting list.
I'm done.
So.
Thank you so much. Please applause.
Hello, everyone. I live in Poland for 2.5 years, and all time I interact with courier service parcel up to door delivery. I have negative experience. I was wondering that maybe it's only me, because I have expertise in supply chain and I have very high requirement to them. But in reality, we figure out that no, 1.5 million people monthly in Poland seeking for some alternative way on social media groups. And this is clear because average parcel sender, it's too long to handle, too long to wait, and you have to wait for courier additionally. And at the same time, we have a huge amount of drivers with personal car, which is active users of BlaBlaCar to share roads and get compensation. And right now in the market, no one matched to these groups. This is exactly what our team decided to do with all need competence in supply chain, operational, software engineering, and core developer team, we decided to broke it and develop alternative way to all courier services. It's LiGo applicational, which will match drivers and users in our applicational up to your requirement and up to your delivery information. Right now we have subscription model, but it's in MVP testing, so we're working with drivers and users to understand what really they want to pay and ready to pay for it. Now we have in testing $3 per month for drivers and for users. Thank you. And it's time for you to tell me that Violeta, parcel delivery market is really a huge red ocean, and you will be right, but at the same point, it's $1 trillion market, which actually shared by 3 main corporates all over the world. We went deeper in this market and we found the niche as C2C segment is 6%, and right now these huge corporations, they are not focusing on solving end users' problem, and we strongly believe that we can do better because we can offer same-day delivery, we can estimation time delivery in 1 minute, and we also offer live tracking on your parcel with the drivers. Some startups already tried to do and develop this peer-to-peer model for parcel, and they failed. We did deep analysis what happened, and we strongly believe that it wasn't proper time to launch because it was like 4 or 5 years ago, and market were not ready for sharing economy. It's changing right now, and you know that it's a big trend for sharing economy, and it's also a big trend for giving the stuff a second life and use active reselling C2C marketplace. We have in our go-to strategy partnership with C2C marketplace as OLX in Poland, and also focus on simplification and usability, because usually these startups did some poor website and it was very comfortable for users to interact with this solution. So we completed our product market fit. We developed MVP. It's available for downloading in Google Store for Android, and right now we are on testing of MVP. We focus on quantity testing of MVP, so we choose 3 main direction and roads. We went to all social media community with drivers to user, and we contact directly, personally, each of these users and drivers, engaging to use our LiGo application. It gives us very valuable insights and feedback from users, and we can understand each step of parcel sending. It already works. We work it since last week till end of August. We already sent our first parcel last week, and till end of August we plan to send 100 parcels, and then we are moving to Poland launch in the market. To do it successfully in Poland, we are planning to develop our community, let's say neighborhood community in faraway region, which not covered good by courier service because it's not profitable for them. It's also development by cluster, so we choose some specific main roads, and we're focusing on developing first time these roads. And third one, it's launching a referral program and boost words of mouth to give great experience of interaction with our service to users and attract them to invite different users and their friends. Right now we have open pre-seed round till 1st of September, and we are open for everyone with ticket as 10K. So if you are looking for some alternative way to invest for your retirement, please join our unicorn. We strongly believe we can do it, because to achieve it, we need to take only 3% of market share in Poland, which is fully achievable because we have strong plan to go into Europe. Thank you so much. You can scan QR code and get Android version for free.
Let's start with the ladies.
Thank you very much.
Okay, maybe I will need to show something.
First, very nice presentation.
Thank you. We have a designer here.
Thank you. And yeah, both design and your way of speaking, good, very nice. Actually, I very like the focus you made in your presentation and giving it, and this failed story with other applications is very good, because it's like we do understand big fish and small fish and while they failed and so on. I'm pretty sure guys will say more, but how will you deal with security things there, especially with Warsaw, and I started to blink with Minsk.
Yes,
like, okay.
yes, you're right.
And then, okay, tick tock again with my eyes. And your venture tactic, or like the way you attract money, is it like crowd sourcing, crowd investing, or you're looking for like venture money from business angels? Because the amount was like, I didn't get it. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. I will cover it in a second. So answering your first question about security, it's a really good one. Thank you for asking, because all parcel service and passengers from sharing economy faced with common issue, it's safety one. So what we decided to do as first step and MVP one, we are not providing courier one, we are focusing on matching. So how it works right now, there are a lot of community groups in Telegram, for example, and if you want to send parcel and something to your relatives in Minsk, you have to go and search like from 10 Telegrams group, write to 10 different drivers and arrange something to send it. So we do it automatically. It's our way to test our MVP and interact with our first user. And at this point, once we interact with people who already solve the problem not secure ways, they're sending you just with traveler from Telegram, we don't commit any safety for now. But it's very important point. Once we are going and scaling in Poland market in Q4, we have a plan to support our safety by first point. Whenever you are sending request for or order for parcel send, you also provide photo of this stuff, so drivers can look at this photo and either apply and confirm this, either not. Second one, drivers also has option whenever he gets this parcel rejected because of security stuff. If he doesn't trust, if he has some concerns, so drivers also have this notification about that you're taking the parcel, so as of now you're responsible for it. Third one, we have our unique traction chain. It's about QR coding, so we know exactly in which moment parcel which was sent from sender to drivers, because whenever you send your parcel, you have to show your QR code. We have it in our track. Whenever drivers send the parcel from themselves to a person who pick up it, he also scan QR code. So we have all this traction, and in case something happened, we now particular what happened at this moment. It's about safety of stalling, right? And the third point, in our subscription model, once we launch in Poland market, we also offer insurance for end users. So end users, if they send something up to 5,000 zlotys, they can be sure if something happens, they have insurance for this parcel. This is about safety. Did I cover your question?
Mostly yes, but I was thinking about some legal stuff.
Yes, for sure. Of course, like, sorry, I didn't mention because for us it's something first step to do. It's a good term sheet, it's good contracts. Whenever someone log into application, he confirm it's like virtual confirmation of what they aware about all this responsibility, and we have this agreement.
Okay.
Okay. And second question about venture. Right now we are raising 400K, and we are venture oriented because we have a big opportunity for scaling into the market. As of now, we have a hard commitment from Europe Fund, which is specializing in urban mobility, and we committed already 80% from our round. And for the rest, we are open for everyone. So it can be not only specific angel investors, but everyone who has like 10K and want to invest for retirement, they can join us now.
Okay, great. Thank you, Violeta.
Thank you.
It was really easy to follow what are you talking about. So precise and consistent. Super. Thank you. I like the idea about starting from small niche. It's great. Your arguments about timing was great as well. Just to make it simpler for me, let's look at it like two-sided marketplace, and simple or not really chicken egg problem. Yeah, how would you solve it? What's your approach?
Okay. We have a couple of steps to solve it. So as regular marketplace, we have issue with not enough supply or not enough demand on this one. And point how we do it right now. We attracting manually first drivers, which is doing regular roads. So it's not by accident you saw Warsaw Minsk. It's very popular for all of us right now. And it's very popular for drivers doing some regular roads. So first step, we attracting manually some drivers who is doing it on daily basis, on weekly basis to our application. It's a first step of MVP when we don't have big supply. For second step, once we launch in Poland market, and we expect that we will launch PR campaign, we expect a lot of users, and to secure our supply from drivers, we have in our business model some specific point about attracting our own couriers who will support for first 3 months our demand from users. So we can deliver the parcels once we commit to do it for our users, and we can provide our excellent service. So it's inside our business model, it's in our operations cost to have our own couriers for first 3 months once we are growing to support this place. And the third one, it's attracting by community. I mentioned it's also specifically because it's our main step of go-to-market strategy. It's building of community of drivers. So for example, you as driver do some roads and you deliver parcel for us, and our referral program will engage you to share it with your friends who you also now, for example, work in Berlin and has family in Warsaw and constantly doing the road, and you will share, hey, look, like I took some parcel from LiGo and I compensate 50% of my cost of road, so look at it. So you will engage user for us. It's our main steps.
Thank you.
Thank you too.
I agree with Nina and with Alex. Great presentation. If I may, one small comment on this Q&A. If possible, have a bit more slides in the appendix section, so that when you have like really long and detailed answers, you provide some kind of visual. Because for me now, like during those couple of questions, it was a bit hard to follow, I'll be honest. So it was like, just so much. And I was like, is there anything I can take a look at? Whatever. So yeah, that's just a general advice. Like if you can have something to visualize, like how it works, the different sides of the marketplace, I think it'd be helpful to do this. Good. And another question is, not the question, but the comment is, again, like if you could mention more specifics on your background, I think it can be really helpful, because you mentioned that you worked in supply chain, but like, what do we know? Like, what does this mean? We have no idea. But if you would like mention that you've dealt with like parcels and deliveries and like whatnot at this company, it would make it so much better, because we would know that you've been in this topic for like 5 years or so.
Yes.
But for me, like just mentioning supply chain, that's like not enough, because I don't get it. Like, okay, I know what supply chain is, but like, what does this mean?
Okay. Give me a second to cover it now, once we have section of feedback. About myself, I have already 7 years experience in managing end-to-end supply chain for biggest company in FMCG. It's Procter & Gamble, is Danone. I was managing, developing product on cost saving, on improving different area of supply chain, because it's big. It's from planning, production, raw material, purchasing, distribution, and all this stuff. So I'm in for a while, and I'm constantly looking in different areas, specifically like in last mile delivery. It was my concentration in it, and I even got scholarship from Warsaw University to work under my engineering project on last mile delivery. And LiGo came as a result of this intervention from last mile delivery problem. It's like what we see right now is third intervention of our startup. So my background specifically in supply chain, in managing big team. I also develop and launch a project for more than 100 people. So it's about people management. We have COO with experience in business consulting. He's ex-Ernst & Young. He won competition analytics from McKinsey company. And we have our CTO, it's our co-founder team. We have CTO who has his own software company who developed application for the biggest company in banking for millions of users. So he's responsible for our application, which you can download in Google Store.
I think that sounded much better. I would advise you to incorporate this in your storyline. I think, if you mentioned this right away, it would just make a so much better experience of how we listen to this.
Okay.
Even if it's already good enough, but I guess you want to strive for the best, right?
Okay.
So yeah,
Thank you.
Overall, great presentation. Thanks.
Yeah, I agree. I love your confidence. I was the first one. I was like, yeah, you come to the stage to get us convinced that you're the person to do this, and I was convinced. So good job. And also not just the confidence. Like sometimes you can have a confidence, but then the presentation is bullshit, and you're like, it's So this was confidence, but you also backed it up with data, backed it up with experience. I agree with that. It would have helped you that you mentioned those brand names, but still, I still got it from how you explained us the market. That was really important to for me to understand, because it's easy for someone who's out of the market to come and say, "Oh, I'm gonna solve this," not knowing even how logistics works, whatever. Here it was like, okay, you seem to discover this one place where it's kind of maybe it's good to start from there. So all good stuff. You can speak a bit slower, just a bit slower. I was like, no. Make some pauses. Like when you make a pause, it's like then we listen. Oh, this was important. So you were breathless almost. So that was.
I work on it. Thank you so much, because my first speech 1 month ago, it was 3 times faster. So I work on it.
It took me 10 years to get there. I was exactly like that. Bang, 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 bang. And then it was like, oh, people just kind of, cool down. One question.
Yeah.
Is this consumer to consumer, peer to peer delivery a hack to get initial traction? Or is this a long-term plan? I've seen Uber started like that. Airbnb started like that. They all went to traditional hiring, fleets of people who own fleets of cars, and they kind of went to a bit more decentralized, but still not really peer to peer. Also, all the lending marketplaces, they tried that as well. All went down to actual people owning stuff and buying stuff and then putting this on the platform. How do you think this is gonna kind of move in your business?
Right now, so as I mentioned, we also have this backup plan for support our demand by hiring some couriers, but we strongly believe that it's only planned for a couple of months. Once we grow in our database and we need to provide this service. After that, we believe that referral program, providing good service, providing good UX of our application and easy interaction with, so you don't need to spend half an hour just to figure out how to pick up or send your parcel. You can do it just 1 minute. We strongly believe that all this stuff, they will launch this boost in the market and people will share. For sure, we will support it with our PR, with our marketing, but we are focusing on peers. So we are not focusing on hiring specific drivers for all time of our development. We're focusing on using already a huge supply from the market, because as I mentioned, only in Poland, there are 22 million personal car which is driving constantly. It's around 60% of people has personal car, and it's a huge amount which is not utilized at all. So this picture is not something only from movie, it's from reality, that you're driving just on your car and you don't use it at all, and you don't want to use BlaBlaCar because you don't want to interact with passengers. It's also what we got from users, right? But you can pick up your parcel because it's not some passenger, some stranger who is sitting under your bag. So this is our plan for now.
Thank you so much.
Okay, now it's time for our jury to vote.
The winner today is LiGo. Congrats. And we also decided not to do the second place and third place, and instead do 2 runner-ups. You'll still get the same perks, so, don't worry about that. And the runner-ups are Eppie and Lina. Thank you guys. It was a great pitch day. Thanks a lot for the organization and everything, and yeah, great job.
And now the final word goes to the founder of UHub.
Yeah, probably Sergey wanted to tell something else, but I decided to use the microphone. So, as you remember, we talked about the prizes, and we want to invite the representative of REVERA, and they're going to provide the consultancy for the first place. So it's a pretty cool company that helps startups with legal issues. So, yeah, maybe Katie, you will say a few words. Yeah, thank you for introduction. So first of all, I would like to congratulate our winner. You were really great. Yeah, so we invite you to our consultation regarding IP strategies. So you can contact me. I think that we will share contacts after the event. And I also invite everyone else to our consultations. And we have really good news. This week we entered our new office here, so everyone is invited. Office is at Allee Yerozolimskia 123A. Remember this address, please. I hope you will be often guests there. And I think that maybe my final words that in case you have any issue, legal or not legal, you're welcome. Just contact me or my colleagues. Or illegal, yeah. And the second place, like the winners of the second place, they will get the consultancy from our jury. We'll talk about this later when you contact us via LinkedIn or Telegram. And as you remember, we talked about the present from Launch Deck to the startup that needs some improvements of their pitch deck. And we discussed it with the jury, and according to their comments and my thoughts, so I think probably MarketOwl should improve its presentation. It's pretty fine, but there is a lot of text, and probably after having this free consultancy, you'll be able to make it even better. Yeah, so this is for you. I will do it here. Yeah. So yeah, now it's time for pizza networking, so feel free to talk about anything and also about legal issues with Kate. Yeah, so have a nice day.